insecurity is a toxic trait. Insecurity is not okay. Insecurity is not fine. Insecurity is natural. Insecurity is natural.
Let's flesh this out.
Insecurity is natural, right? So, for example, if I have an angry feeling and I lash out in anger, anger is natural. It's a natural human emotion. The outpouring of my anger,
it's a red flag.
Man, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you.
What's good?
When you said that, you kind of felt like that uneasy feeling. I ain't want to like pick on you because you know.
Oh, whoa! Oh man, why you going? Don't hurt my feelings. What's up?
No, because I just imagine like you just watching like the intro, Digimon, digital monsters, and then you just like, oh, under the blanket. Damn, just watching Dragon Tales. Like, nah, I don't like this shit. God damn.
Yeah, there's something that's off.
Dragon Tales doesn't count. Dragon Tales wasn't scary because it wasn't in the inner city.
It was in the world of make believe.
Exactly.
Nah, it was in the forest. That shit was scary though. Cause
okay,
man,
that's fair.
Rural and in the city is both scary, man.
Forest can also be scary.
They had the dark forest.
What wasn't scary? Like Rocket Power wasn't scary. I don't think.
No,
Danny Phantom wasn't scary.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch wasn't scary.
Lilo and Stitch wasn't scary?
No, not at all.
There were literal monsters. There were literal monsters.
It was cool. It was cool though. They was chilling. Our real monsters. I'm trying to think. Was that creepy?
Was meant to be scary.
It should have been. It should
have been, but I don't know if it was.
Because you could relate to the monsters.
Yeah, they was chilling.
Icarus was was scared as shit all the time.
Yeah, exactly. A monster who was scared was like, you know what? I identify.
I can relate. Yeah. Wow.
I too am a monster that's quite scared.
Wow, he is more afraid of me than I am of him.
Yeah, come here. Wow. Give me a hug, man. And it teaches body neutrality.
Charlie Brown.
Who was the girl?
Oblina.
Was she an umbrella?
She was a candy cane. Yeah, she was a candy cane that could turn into a umbrella, just different shit.
Ah, yeah. Okay, got you. Yeah, man, I don't know. That just it didn't seem as creepy as it was supposed to seem.
Yeah, well, that's the interesting part about it. So, hey, welcome everybody to Waving the Red Flag Podcast, the #1 dating and 90s cartoon podcast in the world. It's your boy Josh, it's your boy Eddie, and the magnificent Alvin, aka the Strip Club Connoisseur. And we're here to bring you the hot takes and all the recent topics and whatnot that you may love or hate. So, yeah, fellas, what we talking about tonight?
Woo woo.
I haven't been to a strip club in years.
That's fair.
What counts as years? Yeah. Hey, look, we should do a live stream from a strip club together.
A lot of them don't allow that kind of video recording.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. You can't even take a picture in there.
Yeah, you can take even if it's yourself in a.
Yeah.
Like you can't take.
That's
a
not surprising. Are there any that?
I have almost been kicked out of a strip club for taking a selfie.
Really?
Yeah. Security was like, "Hey man, you can't do that in here," and I was like, "My bad, boss. I'm on,
Bruh. Let me say, the first couple of times I went to a strip club, I was just doing like just green shit that you just shouldn't.
All the wrong shit.
Just doing wrong shit, bro. It was one time I went to Onyx. You know how the money on the floor and shit. Mm-hmm. I got like $20. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, because if I would have actually thought about it, I would have known better. But bro, I actually picked up the money and just held on to it so I could throw it out later. And I remember like,
was it your money?
Looking at me like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Did you check around to see whether or not that was the right behavior, or you just went for it?
I went for it. I
appreciate the confidence, and I'm a stupid confident person in situations. Kudos to you, sir.
Yeah, you know
how was stuffing the dollars in his socks.
I wouldn't. I think Eddie would be doing a different type of green shit. Eddie would be the one that would be like, "Why do I need to throw any more money? There's at least 100,000 on this floor." Like
that seems like you more than me.
I need to throw any more money.
I feel like
I'd
be asking
heard
the
of
girls
wealth distribution.
Money. Yeah. Okay. Are you girls unionized?
Ladies.
Yeah, gather around. All right, hold on. Do we have an enterprise agreement? Yeah, pull out the fucking glass and shit. And what's your hourly pay when you calculate? Oh, they're making you pay. What's your stage cost?
Okay, who has the best tricks? You mean to tell me you can shoot a ping ball from your vagina 50 feet? Anyone else can do that?
You got to get paid overtime for that.
You got to get paid overtime for that.
I could definitely unionize some strippers. I don't know if that counts as pimping, but I feel like that could happen, yeah.
Pimping with extra steps. As Morty likes to say.
It probably is, yeah. Which maybe is not. I don't know. Yeah. Is that ethical? I don't know. Can you be an ethical pimp?
I mean, technically, yes.
Technically, yes. What's the caveat?
I mean, any job, any business owner is technically a pimp. Think about it.
Okay.
You on time, except you giving them money. But, money can be subjective in terms of labor, like what you're putting in.
I mean, you're only giving them back the money that they're earning you. That's any employer. So
thank you for fleshing that out more. Exactly.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. Yeah, I felt you.
Yeah, exactly. Any employer could technically be a pimp.
But then I guess the idea is like, okay, so then that goes to like, is any employer really ethical? Because maybe they're not. But I feel like pimp is like sex related, and I feel like when you add sex into some shit, then it gets just more dicey. And I know we like to roast me that I'm too sensitive about the shit, but I feel like then it's a different level of, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
like it's a different type of exploitation.
You can pimp anything. You don't even have to be sexual. Pimping is a state of mind. Don't even have to be like negative per se.
Okay.
You can pimp the system.
Cold
You can pimp a ride.
Yes, true.
Come on.
Yeah, you can pimp anything. It's true. Yeah, I guess. All right.
Speaking of pimping, DDG, this new song he got, like, that's supposedly be quote unquote dissing Halle Bailey.
I support him. Like 75%. 75%. I support him.
Yeah.
In the context of like last week's conversation, because it's all part of the same thing. Insecure men having a problem with their famous women's like just autonomy. I think it's very dumb and self-destructive for him to voice that type of insecurity on a track. But I'm in defense of the insecurity itself. Like,
I think
that's sad boy shit. I like it.
I think I'm the reverse. I think I'm probably 30% in support of him.
Okay, but mostly not.
Mostly not in support of him.
Can you break that down?
Yeah.
So
almost as if you were on a podcast. This nigga.
I mean, I thought we were just talking about percentages. This nigga Eddie didn't break his shit down immediately. Anyway,
I literally did.
You literally did not. You literally said a bunch of like word soup and didn't say a goddamn thing. So like, it's the same thing, man. It's like boundaries. It's like boundaries in like celebrity relationships. So I'm 70% in support of him. He didn't say a goddamn thing, nigga. Like,
you might have missed this.
Me.
I'll step in and play mediator here. You might have missed this. Like, he did say it's a continuation on what we talked about last week and all of his points from last week to this situation. That was the kind of the.
Yeah, which is a lot of nothing, man. It's like a podcast, man. What do we got on here with how we recycle topics? And we just said, just go and listen to 3 podcasts ago.
Just go.
That's
Watch
the
the previous issue.
That's the show. Waving the red flag, everybody. Anyway, but
yeah.
So the reason why I'm 30% in support is because I do think that as an artist, you should have some space to discuss your feelings within your chosen medium, right?
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people that have talked about their personal lives and their personal feelings in those situations that didn't necessarily portray them or their partners in necessarily the best light, and it was fine because it was done for artistic merit. I'm thinking of several Beyonce and Jay-Z albums at this point. You know what I mean?
So please don't take mine. Yeah. Please don't take mine. Please don't say mine.
Yeah, I won't. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Mine read it.
So I do think that there's some space to do that, and I think that we often talk about men not being able to express themselves. I think that he deserves some space to express how he's feeling and working through that. I would rather him had not done it the way he did it, given the connotations of their relationship anyway. Like he already looks kind of like he's like the dumb boyfriend anyway. He looks like the dumb boyfriend who doesn't understand racism, who doesn't understand sexism, just based on previous examples. So I think that it might have been good if he just had that conversation with her. Maybe they work through that together if they want to, if that's their choice. But I do think he has some small ledge to stand on just by the fact that he's supposed to be an artist. Artists can discuss their dark times, like,
and they should, in fact. But
that's what makes
multiple artists do that
subjectively. Yeah, I give him. I'm like 50-50.
Okay,
because for one, like I agree. Like he should be able to express like his emotions and like take that pain and like put it into a song. The weird thing about it was, for one, didn't actually care for the song. Like the song actually had way more potential than what he released. The beat was not it. It was like
lyrics was better than the song.
It's like it could, and like even like the auto tune, like he could have went with like a deeper, like more sincere like voice versus the auto tune thing. Like it could have been over a better beat that was a little bit darker and like that shit could have slapped if he would have had the right production behind it. For one,
Drake on that would go crazy.
Yo, Marvin's Room #2. Come on now, like part 2. Like yo,
this new nigga you think you found? Come on.
Then like. It was kind of weird because even just going back to the lyrics, I'm kind of like iffy about the thing. Like he wasn't directly calling Haley a bitch, but just in terms of the general ethos of the word bitch and how people use it, but you're still directing it using it as a.
I didn't take him as him using it derogatorily.
Yeah, true, but
the context of it didn't seem like he was like you're a bitch. Like it didn't seem like he was saying it like that.
Exactly, but it was just kind of a weird position. Or I guess like a weird word because like he wouldn't say that friends on my dick. Like he said friends on my penis. What the fuck?
Well, he is a bit of a comedian, so.
I mean, but like, come on, dog. Like, I mean, like, so just.
Yeah.
But Summer Walker, she do that shit all the time. Like Summer Walker talk about her dirty laundry in an active relationship, a relationship she done with, and a whole album. And no one ever said shit. But it slapped her. Yeah. She make good music.
But also, is she talking about famous people?
Yeah.
Okay, well then
Party. Was it? What was Buddy name? What's Buddy name? That Summer Walker was it?
Oh, Partisan Fontaine. Was she with him?
No, it wasn't Partisan Fontaine. I think it might have been Party Next Door. PND.
Okay, something like that.
I think.
I feel you.
But yeah, Summer Walker, like she released music like that all the time. Like there's plenty of artists that release music like that.
That's why I say it was like because I pretty much everything Alvin said I completely agree with, but I think my ratio is just opposite because I'm like 70%. I think his feelings are legitimate, valid, and not unhealthy. Like I think it's totally fine to feel insecure about the nature of like as I've said many times before. I think those are valid concerns, especially if you're low key kind of the dumb boyfriend who's not quite in that industry. I think it's okay to feel intimidated. And I think as an artist, talking about your relationships and the insecurities and the deep like feelings of pain and possessiveness or whatever that you feel, totally valid. My 30% is very dumb to do that on an active relationship that you would rather not ruin. Like, I don't think because the main criticism he's getting is, oh, he's like toxic or this is like controlling or this is like going to destroy her career. And I'm like, I think if anything, it's mostly just stupid for him because it's gonna fuck his relationship up. Like I think that's the main issue with it, if anything.
So I want to push back because, and it's something that has come up on here several times. Insecurity is a toxic trait. Insecurity is not okay. Insecurity is not fine. Insecurity is natural. Insecurity is natural.
Let's flesh this out.
Insecurity is natural, right? So, for example, if I have an angry feeling and I lash out in anger, anger is natural. It's a natural human emotion. The outpouring of my anger is not necessarily healthy. That's the same thing with insecurity. Insecurity is not a healthy emotion.
Those are different. Those are different things, though.
Yeah, no.
Like you're talking about the difference between at least that example is the difference between action and feeling, and the action that you take with any given feeling can be bad. So I agree with that, and maybe you're making a larger point, but
fine.
Feeling versus action is different.
Fine. Whatever. Your feelings are not always okay. Your feelings are not always healthy. Your feelings are not always right. Your feelings can come from places that are deep-seated and come from maladaptive, antisocial places based on your upbringing, based on stuff that you've experienced. So his feeling is natural. His feeling could even be understandable. His feeling is not okay. His feeling is not good. It's probably going to harm his relationship and his standing socially. So
no, okay. I think I understand your stance. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So like the whole thing about insecurity just being like, hey, okay, yeah, you can be fucking insecure. No, work through your insecurities.
Yeah. So can you speak
ideally
more on why?
Work through them with your partner. Have that conversation. Like work together if y'all care about each other and y'all really understand it. Hear each other out. Do that kind of stuff. But like, let's not write insecurity off as if like that's something that like is just hunky dory. It's not.
It's like you said, Alvin. It's perfectly natural to have an insecurity about something, but I don't want to label that as bad or that's not okay because like it's natural. It's a natural. There's so many range of human emotions, and just to say like one emotion is just not okay, but it's not that the emotion is not okay, but it's the action of that emotion is not okay. I think that's just like the clear, for me, that's the clear line to make from it, because like hell, like I mean, I can understand why he might feel insecure at times, because like she's a way bigger star than him, and oftentimes like he's just kind of like on the sideline, just supporting, just like, oh, you know, I'm doing my thing too, you know, but it's just kind of like on the sideline, it's just all this attention on her. So I can kind of get it, but until this song and maybe some other shit, I'm pretty sure there was other shit too, but I would say like, okay, those actions aren't cool. But just to feel that way, I would be like, yeah, I get it, bro. That's normal. That's understandable. I wouldn't say like, oh, you're bad. You need to work through that shit, nigga. Toughen up. That's counterproductive.
Yeah, I also think that like we got to get out of the habit of, and we've had this conversation on the podcast too, where that everything that you do or that have done is bad means that you're like the world's worst person and that you're like the fucking devil. I do bad shit all the time. I'm drinking a beer.
Sure.
That doesn't mean that you're like necessarily unworthy of love, unworthy of community support, unworthy of voicing your take and perspective on those things. But yeah, like, man, there are certain complex emotions, and also like we also need to get out of the habit of, and I do this myself, of just thinking that like the emotional range is like super simplistic. So it's like happy, sad, angry, like there are complex emotions that are 100% maladaptive, point blank period.
It's a whole ass color wheel of them. Like
there's a whole color wheel of emotions, and some of them are always maladaptive. So
always.
I don't think he's necessarily the world's worst person. I don't think he needs to be put in jail or super scorned. I'm just saying that insecurity is not a good thing.
No, see,
and it's natural. It's natural. It's very natural.
I mean, fair.
I've experienced insecurity.
All of those caveats in mind, still disagree. But if I'm understanding what you're getting at, because if you're to say that insecurity in general is the problem of the insecure person solely, which seems kind of core to what you're getting at, that's where I disagree.
That's literally what I didn't say. I literally say work through it with your person. So
then this is maybe where there's not disagreement. So then my question is, let me say what my clear thought here is. Yeah. Sometimes when a person has an insecurity, the solution to that is the people in their lives accommodating that insecurity. Sometimes the solution is that person getting the fuck over it. Sometimes it's a combination of both of those things. What my stance is that to the extent that it requires accommodation from other people in their lives, that insecurity is not just normal, but like okay, and I would say borderline good. Like it's like, I'm not just saying it's natural. I'm not just saying it occurs commonly. I'm saying it's an okay, defensible thing and doesn't require any correction of the insecurity. It's like, this is just a thing that humans feel, and what we do in relationships is make one another feel secure, because part of our kind of natural state is a slight bit of insecurity. So we help one another out by making each other feel secure. So that's my stance.
I actually might have to disagree a little bit on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to disagree on that one, because like I'm in between both of y'all, because like it is not a healthy emotion to constantly feel like, yes, it's a natural emotion. Of course, everybody's going to feel insecure, and you do need to work it out, but there's also a manner, and I'm in agreement with Alvin, like, you know, you got to actually have like real conversations with your partner, not just the shit that you're doing online. Like you got to have real conversations with your person about this stuff, even if it's difficult, and oftentimes it's very difficult for everybody. But yeah, like I do believe like there's a healthy conversation warranted to someone's insecurities, but allow them to be heard.
Let me just make sure I'm being clear, because I know motherfuckers in the comments gonna take the most extreme version of the shit that I've said, because I speak extremely. I'm not saying every situation. Like, I'm not saying this motherfucker's gonna quote what I said. Like, what the fuck?
No, but go ahead. I knew what you meant, but you just said it.
Said it crazy.
I knew exactly what you meant, but go ahead.
You sounded like me.
These niggas gonna quote me like I said what I said.
Just said, what the fuck?
I said that. That's not what I meant, though.
Wait, 2 years later, nigga, that's you, ain't it?
Well, technically. But what I mean is, I'm not saying that this applies to every or even most insecurities. What I'm saying is that if you are saying insecurity, and you're not necessarily saying this, Josh, but if you're saying that insecurity is an unhealthy emotion that needs to be sorted through or fixed in some sort of way, I'm saying that's you saying that it's that way 100% of the time. I'm saying it's not. That there are instances where a person feeling any set of emotion, we might be talking about sadness, depression, whatever. Sometimes that's just a okay and healthy response to the set of circumstances in front of you. Gotcha. And to the extent that that's the case, in the small set of situations, it might be 10%, 20%, I don't know. In those situations, it's not something wrong with the person. And I know you said earlier, Alvin, like, we're not calling them evil. I'm not even saying we're saying that. I'm saying that the thing by itself is fine.
I get that.
I would say specifically with insecurity that a lot of times the only situations I can maybe think of is like if your partner's making you feel insecure. I don't think that I don't think that the pro-social emotion that you should feel if you're acting in a pro-social fashion should even be insecurity. I think it should be something like frustration with your partner, maybe even anger. I don't necessarily think insecurity is the pro-social version of what you should be feeling.
Can we talk specifically, or at least an example?
For example, let's say like you feel insecure because like your woman's cheating on you or some shit. I don't think insecurity is the feeling that you should feel. Like I don't think that that's an insecure. I think you should feel lots of other complex emotions, and I'm not a master of complex emotions clearly. So I'm struggling to.
You got at least 2 or 3, Betty.
Name the full gamut, but
he's spinning the Jeopardy wheel like
he maxed out 2 or 3 emotions:
anger, domination, conquest.
Yeah, I hit my quota for today, so I don't know. But like, there's a whole range of complex emotions that I think are much more appropriate for you to actually be feeling and even articulate than insecurity. I think insecurity is your natural response. And I still don't think that it's your healthy one or your pro-social one.
This nigga said, go into the inventory, pick something else. That's the wrong feeling.
But remember, there are 7 stages of grief.
Your feelings aren't always right. Your feelings can be wrong. Your feelings can
be unhealthy.
Absolutely.
They can be the unhealthy emotion.
Bad places. Your feelings can come from bad places. Like it's
still funny, but you're not wrong.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I guess like maybe the way it was delivered is just kind of like, bro, it's 7 stages of grief. Like just with insecurity. Of course, like that's part of the package, baby. Like that's part of it. Emotions come in packages, like, and yeah, if my girl cheat on me, that's gonna make me feel insecure in some type of way because it's like, damn, was I not good enough? Was I not dropping this dick off right? Like, what was somebody else doing that I'm not doing?
Yeah,
like
natural,
you know what I'm
natural, healthy.
I'd say so,
bro.
I'd say
Come
so.
on now.
For example, you want me to tell you why I'm saying it's not necessarily healthy, right? Because I fully believe that in the vast majority of cheating situations, it's not anything that the cheatee did, right? It's something that the cheater is electing to do based on opportunity, based on whether or not they think they can get away with it, that kind of stuff.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I know you do, but I'm saying like me specifically, I went through pain.
Okay. Yeah, true. Go ahead.
Like stakes to make that about me. So
yeah, I'm not saying you. Yeah, you go.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily think that you feeling insecure about somebody else's mistake, because I do always think that like the cheater is always at fault because they could have just left. So I don't think you should feel insecure. You should feel insecure about that because it's on them. But it is very.
It's
natural.
Okay that you do, but should you?
It's natural that you feel that. Like I would 100% probably feel some insecurity if that happened to me. You know, is that pro-social? Is that healthy? No, but it's natural. I think we're conflating those two. There are a lot of things that are natural that ain't right.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but I guess because like the fact that it's just so natural and just second nature to humans, why put that label on the damn? Because I said it myself. I was about to say why put the label on the emotion itself when it's really more so about the action. But still, I see what you're saying, bro. Because that's still a very difficult thing, and that still takes a lot of processing for a person to actually get to in real time. Like if someone
I don't even think it's practical to expect anybody to do it in real time.
I think that's
like,
why
I think we're having at this point an academic like conversation. I don't think it's, which is why like I'm shooting him some bail for expressing himself. Like I'm saying like, okay, I get it. Like it's a natural thing to do.
I think that the issue that I'm maybe taking with the "we shouldn't" language is maybe an extra implication that maybe you're not, because I know you're talking about it like you said from like a very academic, like like almost robotic sense that maybe could technically be right. I guess to me it seems a little bit like saying that like bleeding when you're stabbed isn't healthy because you should have just had stronger skin. It's like, I guess so. Like technically, if that were possible, fine. But I feel like some responses are part of the human experience, and they're not a thing that even could be realistically corrected. You know, or like depression, for instance, is like, oh, you should have just not been sad. It's like, well, yeah, depression isn't healthy, but sometimes it's the correct, reasonable response to a depressing environment.
I think with insecurity, I think with insecurity, you're using the incorrect metaphor. I think, and you've had this conversation with me. So I know how you're going to respond to this one. I think insecurity. I think insecurity in the realm that we discussed it, where like it involves another person, as you highlighted in your caveat, would be akin to somebody stabbing you and you being mad at yourself for letting them stab you. That's what insecurity would be in that situation.
No, but that's not the metaphor that I'm making though. Like what I'm saying is,
I'm saying the metaphor that you used is wrong. I'm saying that doesn't get to the heart of what would happen in that situation. I know you didn't make that metaphor. That's why I made it.
No, what I'm saying what I mean when I say I'm not making that metaphor is that you're confusing what relationship between two things I'm trying to compare. I'm not comparing the relationship between like your culpability in a situation. I'm comparing the relationship between the response that a human physiology and mind has to any given stimulus and what the ideal response could potentially hypothetically be. Those are the two things I'm talking about. If that clarifies.
Yeah, but again, like what I'm saying is that it's natural to do that. Cool. That's what we're at right now. What I'm saying is that insecurity, when it involves another person, is the metaphor that I said. It is saying somebody stabbed me and I'm mad at myself for stabbing me. That's what insecurity is. That's not.
Yeah, I mean, but then we're talking about it being illogical
Yeah, that's not healthy. Okay, again, it's natural. It's natural because I do that. I do that when somebody wrongs me. I'm like, how could I have let somebody like wrong me?
I feel you, but you're talking the logic. What I was trying to get at with that analogy is like it doesn't even make sense to me to talk about a healthy kind of response when we realistically couldn't expect a human being.
You can 100% have a healthy response. You can 100% have a healthy response to being cheated on. You can 100%.
You think most people could probably get there of like, cool, I don't blame myself. Moving on.
I think a significant percentage of people have that response. So that it's not naturally like this. I don't think that. Naturally, that it's not like this. Like
okay.
It's not a unicorn. Is it uncommon?
Yeah. It's not a crazy expectation to have.
It's not 10% of the population, but it's not 90% of the population. Okay. I think it's enough.
But see, then that goes back to something that you were saying before, or that we've talked about before, which was, I feel like the desire for monogamy, period, is rooted in insecurity. And so I think when you talk about like, you should actually go, it's not my fault, I'm not inadequate, they fucked up, so I'm going to go to frustration and anger. And to me, that step doesn't even make sense without insecurity in there. Because I think if you feel completely and totally insecure, the sexual behavior of your partner is irrelevant to you. And I think most people are not. I think people who are that level of sexually secure don't have any desire or need for monogamy.
I think monogamy at its core is about resource management. And I think that we have, as a human society, just made something that was about resource management just a social norm. So I don't think it has anything to do with insecurity. I think it was about like pair bonding meant like it was reproductive success and resource management. It was women needing to guarantee, in a mammalian sense, that somebody was going to be there to help take care of them and protect them during vulnerable moments. It was men being able to ensure with a higher degree of certainty that those are my children. That's what it was about. And then over time, we have a society that reinforces that. And now it just becomes a societal positive feedback loop to do that. I don't think it has anything to do with insecurity.
So then my question is, do you think that prior to us codifying it as like a social norm, that sexual jealousy, like at an emotional level, not with regard to resources, was much, much, much less common?
I think it was much less common because then you would respond in a more animalistic way, similar to what you see in other like societies that have like sex competition. Like, I'm just gonna like fucking kill the motherfucker that like I think is like cheating. You know what I mean?
Right, but you're not particularly upset about your woman having sex with someone else. You're just mad about the possibility that it could be somebody else's child, so you're going to murder someone. But you don't feel any particular type of way about your girl's feelings towards you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think so. That wouldn't be my guess, but that's an interesting theory.
I mean, maybe I might have missed this, but like, are you relating to that? Like, can you relate to that feeling?
Relate to what feeling?
Like not being jealous, like not having an issue with like.
No, I alluded to it further. Like, I'm pretty sure there would be some level of insecurity for me if that happened to me. Like, again, I think insecurity is natural. I also don't think that I'm a horrible person for saying that, like, insecurity would likely happen to me in that circumstance. It is what it is. I'm also willing to say that despite the fact that I would probably feel insecure, that I can still recognize that it's not a pro-social emotion.
I get that. Honestly, I do. Could I apply for myself?
Yeah, I
don't know.
But I would keep having feelings regardless.
Yeah, I mean, because it's just how you process it. I think that's all. Like, I think we just have a different way of maybe like processing the same spirits of how we would do it.
Also, I feel like we're not cavemen currently. So the conversation around what monogamy currently is about what it currently is, and currently is not about resource management
It's not.
primarily. Like
It's not. But
it's
I think
not. No, nobody
but
is asking for it for resource management. We have
yeah,
paternity
it's
tests.
100%
Women
not.
have jobs. Like
Yeah, but I think that most of what monogamy is now is just tradition. I think we're just now getting to the point where traditions of that
It's-
state are breaking down. I think we're just
but
now
I-
getting to that.
I think it's feeling like it's
civilized.
feeling that-
Civilized man has existed for like 10,000 years, man. We're relatively young in this civilization.
Okay,
shit.
sure, but I mean, but it's we talking about right now. So I feel like if we're talking about right now, people maybe it's tradition, but it's tradition that's like strengthened and made concrete by our feeling. Like people aren't just going, "This is what we do" because it's tradition. I mean, they are saying that, but they're feeling something in response to it, and they want They're not going like, "Oh, what kind of wedding should we have?" They're having people have a feeling, an emotion about sexual monogamy with their partners, strong feelings that it's not just tradition. Like,
So I think
it's tied to that, but
I think what you're saying lends itself more to a serial monogamy kind of situation, which isn't the social norm, technically.
Okay.
At least not historically, not even in the recent past, versus a lifelong pair bonding situation, which is what the current standard of monogamy is, right? So lifelong pair bonding, emotions can fade, man. You're supposed to still just power through that shit because like y'all have built the life and y'all have faded and all that kind of stuff. I think if it was purely like an emotional thing and how you feel, it would be more along the lines of a serial monogamy, like how we talk about like, you know, renewing your wedding license like every 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to opt in? Do you want to opt out? I think if it
No,
was
but
more
that is
about
the
like,
norm. If I'm
I think,
understanding what you mean, like people don't look at divorce as being some fucked up shit anymore at all. People look at like, hey, I like this boyfriend.
But that's my point, right? That's my point. That is very recent. That is very recent. Like you can look at stuff in like the 50s and 60s in our parents' lifetimes.
They
where,
just
like,
stay
the
in the
woman
marriage.
that was they either stayed in the marriage or the woman that was divorced was like the crazy spinster woman of like the small town, right? So it's like
I think I can explain that pretty easily in my framework, which is just that like I agree it's part tradition and that is tied strongly to emotion. And as we've moved through time, the emotional component has grown in relevance and the tradition element has shrunk in relevance, but both still existed across time. So now we're in a place where the tradition element, which is my point, is a much, much weaker component, but the emotional desire to go, my partner only wants me, they're my special someone, is very, very strong, which is why we hop from partner.
I think we're moving to that direction. But right now, if you ask people what the expectation is of marriage, that is from that point forward, the
but monogamy is not just marriage. Like that's not even, we're not talking about like,
that's my point, right? That's my point. When I had the last segment I tried to distinguish between what I'm calling serial monogamy versus lifelong pair bonding. What I'm saying now is that most people, when you talk about marriage and monogamous relationships, what they're thinking of is lifelong pair bonding from the point of marriage forward. Whether or not they actually hit that mark is up for debate. You know, lots of marriages fail. But the expectation now, till death do us part, is still in most people's wedding vows, for example. So most people are expecting lifelong pair bonding from that point forward based on tradition. However, I do think that tradition, to your point, is weakening. But I think it being completely like a non-factor is going to be more along the lines of what I said. It would be serial monogamy. It would be like, this person really wants me. We're really like close. And then 10 years later, I may not feel the same way. So I may do that again with somebody else.
Yeah. People don't take them vows that seriously. Like half of people that get into relationships, I don't, and hell, I could be including myself in this a little bit too, but like, I don't think a lot of people that get into relationships and expect like a long-term commitment really understand the level of commitment, compromise, and just the work and energy that actually goes into it. And then when you hear those vows, it's just like, you know, you still got like, you know, the cotton balls and the butterflies and everything is still kind of like sweet, you know, for the most part. You're not really like taking it in, like literally till death do us part. Like if divorce wasn't a thing, motherfuckers would be hearing that shit way different.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a different kind of, because I can't even think in terms of like decades. Like that's some, you know, to be with somebody for decades, I don't know what the fuck that is. Like, can't even really conceptualize it.
Hey, it'd be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing.
Maybe, yeah.
If it, you know, if it happens. But yo, let's get into something else. Like y'all want to talk about something a little lighter?
Yes.
We got something a little light.
Yeah, let's do something silly. That's my vote.
Okay. Well, this isn't silly, but okay. So we'll go.
Would you pull the plug on your mother if it would save your father?
Both of them dying. No,
Yeah,
we are all going to heaven.
Yeah, exactly. Be a double murder suicide. I see you up there.
Oh shoot, yo, my laptop is about to do some fuck shit. We might actually have to take a break because my laptop is actually about to fucking sign me out.
Some shit?
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
We're gonna do like a commercial break type shit, and then Eddie's gonna just like do like a Subway thing or some shit. We just gonna vamp. Just like keep going.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna be back ASAP.
I was also joking, but you know.
No, that would be dope though. I mean, so, yeah, do it. No.
Wait, so what am I supposed to do? A Subway commercial?
I'll Soul Glow, whatever you want to do,
Ah, okay.
Silky smooth.
That's a good idea.
You just
Yeah, we
wanna
gotta
do
find
some Breakfast Club style shout outs or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
I'm Charlotte McGay, Angela Yee,
Angela Yee.
my girl DJ Envy,
Damn, girl. Y'all got some names on that now.
and you rocking with us on Waving the Red Flag.
Watching people struggle to read is just the funniest shit on earth, man.
And it shouldn't
Like,
be.
what's going on?
It is, and it shouldn't be.
Is it mean to make fun of
It's
somebody
kinda
just
mean.
fuck because
It's kind of mean.
it's like, bro, get it together. Cause you're not even reading. Like, I get if you're reading and you don't know how to read, you're illiterate. Cool. Like, Floyd, do your thing. I understand. I don't want to be classist. But like, if you know the word, like somebody said the word to you and you still fucking it up, that's just hilarious. I'm sorry.
I watch that shit at least
When
once
Mike
a
Tyson
month,
was
man.
like, when Mike Tyson was like, "Welcome to Comcast Television."
Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Watch me beat Peter McNeely on Comcast Cablevision. Comcast. Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Watch me fight Peter McNeely on Cock Cable. Cox or Cock?
Salmon's communication.
Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Watch me beat Peter McNeely on Samsonite Cable.
No, salmon. Continental Cablevision.
Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Watch me whip Peter McNeely on Continental Cablevision.
Like, he's trying to. It's like you know the lines. What's going on?
And
13
nobody's
takes,
gonna
man.
nobody's gonna
Goddamn.
call the nigga out about it. Nobody's gonna call him out. Just like
Nope.
we're just gonna roll
Nope.
with it. Just gonna roll with
This
it.
is
Keep-
because you'd be terrified. You wouldn't even want to correct this man.
Maybe now. I definitely couldn't do it for Prime Mike because he would catch my ass. I think I could outrun him now. Well, maybe
You think
not on
so?
the juice. Maybe not on the juice because I'm pretty sure he's juicing. That's why he
I-
moves so
but how-
well. That's why he moves so well.
He's on steroids.
I'm
Certain.
75% sure.
Okay, it could be. He's on the Hank Hill diet program. This motherfucker went back into the wrong shit. And after a word from our sponsors, back to our previously scheduled programming.
All right, back live in effect. Okay.
Back to
All
Waving
right,
the
how we
Red
doing
Flag.
this? How we doing this? We just
It's your
jumping
boy-
right back
it's your
in.
boy Sweet Jones.
All right, and the WTRF reconvening in 3, 2, 1. All right, so did y'all see the one with? Did y'all see the one?
This nigga's voice so silky smooth. I love
know.
it.
Fucking radio.
Quiet
DJ,
Storm
fucking-
type shit. Yeah.
Frasier,
To y'all cool cats everywhere around the city, just tune
fucking
in.
NPR,
If your body ails you, just put it up against
I
the
try. Okay,
the
I'm
speaker.
trying. I'm doing the best I can.
It's just very sexy. It's just for no reason. Like, calm down.
You're doing amazing. Josh. You're doing absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah, you literally.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
You guys are all right with me. Y'all are all right with me. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. Speaking of sexy, can y'all tell me, would y'all go back in time if you could to pick up, like to like get your girlfriend like sooner than you would have if present day?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, and I know how to do it too. But like, yeah,
Nigga got contested plans
Of
already.
course you do, Joe. Of course you do.
like, nah, like, bitch, I already know you. What's up? Like, I know what to say. I'll steal you from your old man. I already know everything you like. Like, come on, I'm gonna make you nut first time, easy. Like, come on, it's not even. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Absolutely.
I should have known you say yeah. I should have picked that.
Fuck. Shit. Y'all wouldn't?
That's
No,
Why
wouldn't
not?
have.
Why not steal a
I
little bit of
wouldn't.
extra time with your loved one? You
I
know?
wouldn't, man. I wouldn't.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Or what am I missing? Is this some evil that I'm missing in my plan?
I had to get to be the right man. You know what I mean? I had to get to be the person.
But you already are. See what I'm saying?
I mean, am I? Am I?
well, if you aren't, then why are you with her now?
So what are we saying? How are we defining going back in time? Right? Am I going back in time like as myself, just younger?
yeah,
Like you're
10
sending
like,
your brain back in time.
all of my current like knowledge and all that kind of stuff.
Like Days of Future Past, like Wolverine type shit.
Okay.
I mean, because if you go back 10 years, now it's just creepy. Like if it's your old, actually, arguably it's creepy either way. Maybe.
I mean, I was an adult 10 years ago, so I'm like, fine, like.
Right.
No, but I mean, I've heard. Well, no, it's a little bit like not all the way.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
But it's like a 10-year difference of like, you're 32, you're going back and getting with your girl when she was 22. It's like, that's a little bit on the.
Let me put a pause in that. Yeah. So, if I understood
We're going off the rails.
Right, if I understood the thing right, it was like basically, say for instance, you go back in time like 10 years, you already know this person, you already know everything about this person, but you're still going back 10 years. Would you try to find your current person, like your current girlfriend?
My whole thing would be like, if I already know this person, if I already know everything about this person,
stuck in the past? Okay,
it's like. A good part of like what I would like to experience again is that feeling of the newness where we were learning each other and growing. Like I think there was beauty and fun and excitement and positivity in that journey as well. So I think I kind of wouldn't necessarily want to go back. I kind of would just kind of focus on like what I can do that's new and exciting and fun and building new memories and experiences
for now,
like going forward. Yeah, because like I've already had that
see that,
and I don't think I could do that again. Knowing what I know, you know what I mean? Like maybe if I went back clean slate,
of course,
but I don't think I could do it again the right way. And
I know that's a roundabout answer. No, that makes complete sense. But I think the thing that's fucking me up is like if somebody came to me and was like, "Yo, I got a time machine, but you can only use it if you go back in time and successfully pull your current girl." I'm like, it's time like you know what I'm saying? Like I live a regular life. I'm saying yes just because it's time travel involved in this situation.
That's also like fucking valid. Just being legit.
I still wouldn't do it.
Really? Okay.
I still 20 me
to go back in the past. I'd be doing all extra side missions and shit while I'm trying to pull her. Like fuck, I could spend 6 months and come pull her as a rich dude. Like, come on, I could save her life.
Fair, fair.
Come on.
Fair.
This nigga's putting it all on Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Just bet it all on black.
Just fucking New England Patriots every Super Bowl, motherfucker. Every Super Bowl.
Right, nigga. Let me tell you, it's gonna be some shit called Tesla.
I know you.
Amazon, bro. I wouldn't do it.
Fly type shit.
I wouldn't do it for different reasons.
Okay.
For one, I do agree with that. I'm like, but the person wouldn't even be like who they are today per se. Like, because you got to think like.
It's how much time are you going back though?
I say 10 years. But I think in the TikTok it said 2.
That's 2. Oh, okay.
That's too long? Maybe 5.
Well, because I don't have concept for that. Like I haven't.
That's real.
I don't know. Going back 10 years is now getting into like weird numbers, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
We're all old.
Yeah, I mean, but even still, that's starting to get into weird numbers. Like.
All right, cool. 5.
Okay. Yeah.
My reasoning behind why I wouldn't do it is just that person isn't even necessarily gonna be like the same person, because hell, a lot can change in 1 year. Imagine 5. Like she probably has not gone through certain things in her life that happened in the past 3 or 4 years that have shaped her to be the woman that she is today. Yeah. And the reason why, like, it works, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, and also same for me too. Like,
yeah,
bruh, you know how many.
But you're you now.
I mean, now, but even still, then I might not have been able to. That might have been certain things might have been a deal breaker for me. If she was not the person that she is today.
Oh, okay, right. For you,
then.
so the you now wouldn't be interested in the her then potentially is what you're saying.
Wouldn't be worth it. Like it wouldn't be worth it. Yeah. Like it's because like why go back and fuck that up and like it just doesn't even work anymore. Like you just went back and fucked up your relationship.
And also like
I could see that. Yeah.
The thing that Josh made me think about is I think we all have this idea that we're progressing. What if I'm just like a much shittier person now? You know what I mean? Like, what if this isn't the best version?
You just undermined your own previous point, but yeah.
I know, like, no, but seriously.
Not only am I better, I'm worse.
What if I'm actually worse today than I was?
What if I'm a worse person?
What if I'm a loser? I'm socially anxious now. I can't even pull her like I used to.
Yeah, man. Like, that nigga was a different animal, yet somehow the same beast.
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Yeah.
Yes. Is that a saying? Because if it's not, bro, like
that's from that Kanye commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The Kobe one.
It was Kobe. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
My fault. Yeah, it was a Kobe commercial. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kanye was just in it.
Yeah, Kanye was just in it, but it was a Kobe commercial.
Am I worse? Fuck, maybe no. Maybe I'm worse, but at least I know which type of worse I am, which is better.
You would be. You can pull the reins. You have more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I at least know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Because before I would have been like, I didn't even recognize some shit. Whereas now I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. This is the way that this is the specific ways that I'm crazy. Let me dial it the fuck back. Like, whereas before it's just unfiltered stupidity.
Man, bro. Hey, Alvin, I ain't gonna hold you, dog. Man, I seen a picture Eddie one time, bro. He was with some girl.
Hold on. No, go ahead. I'm gonna cut this if you say something wild, but go ahead.
I ain't about to say that in a while.
Because I'm trying to think, what pictures have I posted?
Hey, bro, dog, man, like this, I ain't never seen no shit like this before, man. Because you
I'm
gonna be where I'm at.
Y'all niggas better handle that shit.
Oh man,
but definitely cut that part out. Like cut off that shit.
All right, we got. Ooh, damn. All right, how much time we got left? We got time for another one.
Yeah, we got like like 10 minutes. It looks like on the clock. Potentially.
All right. Ooh, okay. Is it a turn off for a woman to ask you out? Are y'all turned off by women asking you out on dates? Like, has that ever happened?
Who is that? I mean, I know I put it on the topic list, but like, who the fuck is that?
Who are these niggas?
Bro,
like,
I guarantee you, it's niggas out here.
That is like
say for instance, like your stereotypical red pill, like, oh, I'm the man, like traditional. You think I'm a bitch? Yeah. Like maybe that type of nigga.
One version that I could see me understanding it, if I think about it, is I think the logic would be if she's picking me up, that means that she picks niggas up, which means that she's.
You mean like literally?
That too. You know what I'm saying? Uppies type shit. It means she's got strong quads. You know what I'm saying? Good trapses. Yeah. But no, I mean, if she's pulling me, I guess that means she pulls other men, and that means that she's got lots of exes. That she's those are the implications, etc., etc.
Shit, they come to them, my nigga. Like, I mean,
yeah, I mean,
the logic is a little flawed.
Okay.
No, I'm not saying it's good, but it may that.
You're not saying it's good logic. You're saying that it's the logic that people would employ.
Yes, and that is one that makes I could imagine a person making that, but
okay.
But my reason for it being a dumb logic might be different than y'all's because I don't think that's untrue. I just think it's not any less true than if you pulled her.
Yeah, that's
because if you pulled her, other niggas pulling her. So that's why I'm thinking it's the same. Way the
like,
other,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, some women be open. Women be open if you approach them right.
Wide, wide open. Yeah.
I mean, shit, right place, right time, approach them right. Cool. AB, you shook your head no immediately.
Yeah, I don't care.
I like it.
Okay.
It's a turn on, to be clear.
Yeah.
It's a turn on. I love that shit.
For real, like I would say the same exact thing, but you know what? When I thought about it, like even deeper, the thing that would give me pause or make me like, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't no booty floozy, I ain't no goddamn dick on demand. Like what? Like you know what I'm saying? As if how she approached me, just like me, I'm picking you up, we going out to eat Saturday. I would think about it.
Has that ever happened?
No.
I mean, on her.
Oh, of course, on her. I'm not. Yeah. If you shit, no. If you, if you the breadwinner,
me up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you asking for me to be submissive, you better come on.
True that. I mean, on your
she like, hey, me, you, Saturday. I'm picking you up.
Okay, mom. Let's do it.
Whatever. I'm like,
take me to Nobu or whatever.
Hey, hold on. I got questions. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta.
That sounds like a good way to get caught up.
This doesn't happen often. Like, it's gonna catch me off guard.
It's also disrespectful. It depends. Right. If she was hot enough, it could work. But I'm also arrogant in a way to where, like, if you feel like the answer is yes before you got to answer, I'm gonna say no. If I'm being honest, I probably if I feel like you're telling me we going out, it's gonna be no. But if she asks me out and she's hot, obviously, then it's like that's extra several points.
Yeah. Say, hey, I saw you. I just want to come over and introduce myself. Would you like to get up and get coffee sometime? Like I would.
She just go straight into it like that. No game.
I don't know. I mean, hey, bro, it don't take much. It don't take really much, my nigga.
If she's cute, that's most of the work done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like even in like relationships, like I appreciate like my girl taking initiative on shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it annoys me to always have to plan. It annoys me to always have to like pick a restaurant. It annoys me not like if you take some initiative in any facet of it, like it's a plus. Within reason, because there's also stuff that like people take initiative that like I'm like, you know, that's kind of my thing. But in general, initiative is a plus.
And I feel like it works as a relationship. So that's a yes from me.
I definitely think it works in relationships. Like it's a big plus in relationships for me.
Oh, you mean like while you're already in the relationship? If she says, "Hey, babe, let's go out," and,
like
hell yeah, absolutely, 100%, bro. Yeah. I think I ain't gonna put it on. I just think people in general would be better with taking like a little bit more initiative, like more concentrated initiative into like things that partner like wants to do. You know, 100%. Of course, like if you can, if you can afford it, swing it or whatever. Just thoughtful shit. Like just take initiative on that. And that's been like another thing is like, guys, I saw like a one TikTok, this dude was talking about shit, man. Like, I don't want to be like a man in a relationship no more. Like, I'm really trying to be like in my feminine. I don't want to be in my masculine. Yeah. That's what he said. He's like, I'm really trying to be in my feminine.
I feel
like,
it.
Fuck that. Like, think about all the shit that, like, you know what I'm saying, like you as a man kind of do for your girl. And then like he was like, he brought up a couple examples when a woman was in like a good relationship. And she was like, listen to all this shit that her guy does for her. And they was like, oh, what do you do for him? I grace him with my feminine presence. I was like, I can't do
come
shit
on.
with that. Like, I mean,
I can't eat that. I can't live off that. The fuck? What? Now the question is, have y'all ever dated sort of studly women? Because I have, and it's just like that.
Wow. Well, it's just like what?
Like, well, what you would describe it. You get to be in your feminine a little bit. It's low-key nice. You got to be careful. You got to be careful though, because it can be the dynamic can be a little bit can be a bit much depending on what I'm saying, how much you want to move like that. But because I can tell, like I've had girls like you know what I'm saying, they friendly and they're flirting, and I'm like, I can they got a different type of energy where it's like she want to fuck me. It's just a different type of energy that they come with.
Not even with a dildo. I mean, like she just like she wants to aggressively like
she trying to tie me up type shit.
Yeah.
Like it's a different kind of energy. Like because they do little shit where they're like, here's a flower, or like they'll this the one they'll do. They'll like be like, oh, do you need help with that? Like, do you need some water? Like it's like they're trying to.
Oh hell yeah, I need
there's
some
like
water.
a take care of.
Yeah,
but it's like there's a take careness to the energy that I
know what you mean. Like the shit that the masculine would normally do for the feminine.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like I'm fine with that. Like none of that bothers me. Like when I did want to clarify, like the only thing that gets me is like there's just things that like in relationships specifically that like I would like to do. Like I remember one time my girl just bought a TV, right? And like she bought like the shittiest possible TV. And I was like, you should have let me buy this TV. Because it was like the way that no, it's not even a man thing. It's that I like consumer technology. Like I research that stuff.
Yeah, you're
like,
good at TVs.
I like computers and monitors and shit. Like you know, I like speakers and high end audio. Like so, like if it's like, oh, hey, babe, we should upgrade like the living room like audio or whatever. We should buy new TVs. I'm like, cool. Let me like research that, pick that out. But like outside of like little stuff like that, man, take all the initiative you want, bro. Like there's things that I just like to do for the household, and I would like to utilize that, but you know, I would rather buy the TVs. Like other than that, like take all the initiative you want.
Yeah, I mean that kind of thing makes sense to me.
Yeah, I get that because there's certain things that you know, like you said, like you take pride in, like you have a valid interest in, and I can imagine like if somebody buy you a TV, which is something that you use on a daily basis, but it's not the TV that you would have bought for yourself. But you
I could have done this.
You could have, because then you'll be a dick if you like take it back, like I feel ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? You still got a receipt for this, babe?
That ruins the whole fucking situation. Like, no, I love it, and I love you. Can we get a store credit? No, why? Wonder why you packing my shit up? I'm just saying, can we get a store credit? I love you, babe. What the fuck?
Right, like my God. Yeah.
Actually, one thing I was gonna say is, have you ever had a girl pick you up and you still fucked it up?
Not that I can remember, like actual. Okay, all right. I remember like this was like back in high school. Me and my friends, we was at like the fair. It was just like a real cute girl. Like she just kind of kept giving me the eye. So this technically don't count as like picking me up, but like I still had to have the courage to go over there.
Yeah, you could tell the energy was crazy.
Yeah, the energy was there. Like she kept looking at me or whatever, and she was with her friends too. So I remember I went over there. Man, bro, like, you know, we talking, like, I'm just like, oh, what's your name? Da-da-da. I'm shaking in my motherfucking boots because I was a super introvert, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, talking to girls, like, you know, if I had a relationship, if we was cool, it was nothing, but it's fresh off the cuff, nigga.
Oh, yeah.
But my nigga, so I just remember everything is going cool. I got her laughing and shit. And I think she was like, so, what are you guys going to do like after this? And I'm trying to play it out cool. I had yelled back at my homeboy. I was like, yo, what we got going on after this, man? This nigga yelled back, nigga, what? Nigga, we lame. We ain't doing shit. And I just said,
that's actually hilarious, though.
It was
that's
hilarious.
Actually funny as fuck.
It was that way, nigga.
But it didn't work in the situation.
Bro, I mean, like, just it was funny. Like, I mean, but it was just like a nigga really just threw a wrench in some shit you didn't even expect.
Oh man, did you save it? What happened?
I actually did. I think she just act like she ain't even heard it. No, just like, oh man, he's just joking, like whatever, like that.
We got all kinds of stuff. We're not actually lame at all.
Right. We're not lame. No. We're not about to go back to someone's house and just play the game all night. Come on. We're street toughs.
Going to very expensive restaurants, and then we're.
I love how both of y'all took that like in completely different areas. This nigga Josh said, "No, we're street toughs. Like we're gonna go rumble. We're gonna go like And this nigga Eddie was like, no, we're going to only the fanciest possible restaurants and having an old fashioned tonight, and then we're going to engage in corporate espionage, like type shit. Like
that's
different niggas with different experiences. Exactly.
Yeah. That would be a night out with all three of us would definitely be a fancy restaurant, some hood shit, and corporate espionage. Be a good little date. We gotta make a Twitter discourse about that. Like, fuck ice cream dates. What are your feelings about corporate espionage dates?
Yeah, breaking the law on the first date.
That's sexy.
Bonnie
that's
and Clyde.
Some sexy shit.
Yo,
yeah,
bro,
they went out bad though.
They'll fall in love with you, or immediately run as they should.
Yeah, if they're smart, but if they're not, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
You'll be with them forever.
Oh, absolutely. Ride together and die together. Bad boys. A bad relationship. Will and Jada.
Bad marriage for life.
People gave them so much shit for that, man. I thought that shit was hilarious, bro. I laughed the entire I laughed for several minutes after they said that shit.
Oh shit, man. Y'all ready to wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
All right, wrap it up like latex. Okay, good people.
Saran wrap.
If you are in a relationship and you hear a diss track from your current partner or your ex, you might be seeing a red flag. And if you are somebody who, oh god damn, yeah, this shit ain't.
Scrolling through the topic.
I'm just like,
how this nigga be doing this shit?
I had the thought in my head too, but I lost it when I was getting to it. All right, cool. Cut me back in. I'm just.
We got you. He said, "Oh shit! Wait, I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Yo, what we doing tonight? Nothing, nigga. We lame.
We lame, nigga. Fuck you." You might be seeing a red flag, but if you are, this shit just gonna have to stay. Like, I don't know. Like, this is awful.
Yeah,
but, how am I gonna?
Oh shit! But if you approach a girl after she gives smiles,
let me do it.
Okay. I thought you were leaning on me, nigga.
No.
Okay, you got it.
I got it. That was what I was about to say.
Okay, my fault. Shit, I'm sorry. I felt like you was asking me to jump in for like 20 seconds.
No, because I know. I stopped because like Alvin started laughing again.
You can do this.
Okay, all right.
You got this.
All right, but
Hercules.
But if you find yourself being instantly turned off by somebody that's asking you out on a date, it might be you that's waving a red flag. It's been Waving a Red Flag podcast with Josh, Eddie, Alvin. Yes, please follow us on all our social media outlets. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please click that like button, hit the notification bell as well. Click the subscribe button, pretty please. You can catch full episodes and also hidden content on our Patreon. Follow for the Discord link, all that good shit. And as always, thank y'all so much for rocking with us, for tuning in. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace in the Middle East. Gang in that.
Gang them.
Skirt.
Skirt.
It's a red flag.